Your view of the playoff loss, Greg?
Nope. Look, you guys know I say this all the time. No one cares. No one cares. If you win, I think it's like, man, that was impressive. He did that with a broken foot. You lose, we're like, well, I mean, I'm not going to feel sorry for you, because every time you put on that uniform, the expectation is that we're going to get the product that we've always gotten. That's the expectation of Josh. That's the expectation of everybody in that locker room, and that's certainly the expectation of the fans sitting in those bleachers. So, like, you can feel however you want to feel. The reality is, okay, he had the injury, but also both can be true. The reality is no one feels sorry for you. No one feels like, man, if his foot wasn't broke, we would have won.
Right.
Because did his foot cause him to throw that interception?
Exactly.
Did foot cause him to make those turnovers? Now, he talked about not having his feet in the right not underneath him and setting his feet. And if I had a playback here or there, well, yeah. Everybody says that when they lose. So
That's not why he was running with the ball like this on that fumble.
Yeah.
Now, I'm with Greg. Look, he's a warrior. I will give him credit. Like, he is a warrior, and I know that was tough to play through that. But like Greg, once you're out there, man, nobody cares. It would have changed it had he not played. Had he not played because of a broken foot, and I'm glad he did, but had he not played because of a broken foot, all the criticism he got against him last week or whenever that was would have just been, oh man, what luck.
It would have been the Bo
Bad
Nix
luck.
conversation.
It would have been a Bo, right. You couldn't have blamed him at all. Now we blamed him for that loss, so that would have changed it. But once you're out there, man.
So I don't know that I 100% agree with you guys that once you're out there, definitively across the board, we have to treat it as if you have no injury. Like, so
well, if we saw him visibly.
That's the point that I was going to make. Like, if he came out there and from the opening snap, we're like, man, he's not running at all. He looks nothing like Josh Allen. And then we found this out. It'd be like, oh, there's the explanation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I watched this full game. He looked like the best and the worst of Josh Allen in that game. He had some amazing moments. He ran the ball a ton. Yep. He had some great throws. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I know how much that foot did or didn't affect him. Just from as a viewer, at no point was there a single one of his 4 turnovers that, to me, logically, it's like, oh, if the fifth metatarsal wasn't broken, I think that's different. Like, it was a fumble on
This is like so hilarious, and this is just bro culture at its absolute worst. It just is. This is called growing up. And it's so funny to see people still have this like bizarre mentality. And again, I can speak to this as someone who's been injured so many times, who has I've told you guys before, my clavicle is literally broken. It is in 2 pieces and it just did not heal. That is how I live my life every single day. So like there's nothing weak about the mentality that I'm about to share here. Okay? I tore my meniscus multiple times, had it jammed in the joint so I couldn't even fully extend it, and had to just hop around and just live my life for like 2 weeks before I could get surgery. So like, and I would never come out for anything when in any game, any practice, anything. And yet to pretend like a broken bone in your foot is insane. And to keep repeating to the nonsense. Well, he had 4 turnovers. The 1 interception was not his fault, and the 1 fumble was also not his fault. Stop acting like Josh Allen just laid an egg. Stop acting like having a broken bone in your foot does not impact your ability to be great. The sheer fact that he did what he did in the playoffs is absolutely incredible. Absolutely remarkable. Well, Patrick Mahomes is all I hear. Patrick Mahomes, he's great on 1 foot. He won a Super Bowl. And it's like, that's all I hear Chiefs fans say. And it's like, he threw the ball 27 times, 182 yards, had 6 carries for 44. Mind you, he did not have a broken bone in his foot. Let's be serious here. What did Josh Allen do against the Jags with a literal broken foot? Have to throw the ball 35 times for 273 yards and a touchdown, and a 108.7 passer rating, and had 11 carries for 33 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. And what did he do against the Denver Broncos again with a broken foot? Throw the ball 39 times, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, and had 12 carries for 66 yards. To try to act like that's not insane and remarkable and extraordinary, but everyone just wants to be real cool and be like, no excuses when you're on the field. Nobody feels sorry for you. Nobody feels sorry for you. That's not the conversation. That's not the conversation. It's just remarkable what he was able to do with a literal broken foot. With a literal broken foot. I mean, it's just to try to downplay that. And also, so if you win, it's incredible. And we'll say, wow, that's really impressive. But if we lose, you're just like, yeah, it doesn't matter. That is asymmetrical in the worst way. That makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, to think the guy, it was bad enough that he needed surgery, and it sounds like that he had part of his bone was floating around in his foot because they said they removed it. Now it's a little confusing because they said they removed it and cleaned it up. That could mean a couple things because they could remove my clavicle, they'd have to clean it up, and then they'd put it back in. So I'm a little confused by that. So it could have either been that they had to remove the bone and then they cleaned up the injury itself. Like, so it's hard to say. But he had legitimate surgery. He had a legitimate broken foot. Okay? So it's pretty remarkable that he is literally the highest rated quarterback in the playoffs, and he did it with a broken foot. A 71.6% completion percentage, 556 yards, 4 touchdowns, a 90.9 rating, and he did it all with a broken foot. And like I had showed you guys before, he's like top 10 in rushing. Well, first off, he was the highest rated rushing rusher in all playoffs. Above Kenneth Walker, above ETN, above Swift, Karen Williams, Stevenson, etc. Let's just be clear here. Had the second most touchdowns, again, all including running backs. And I think he ended up being what, top 10? Yeah, top 10 in rushing yards. And mind you, he only played 2 games. A bunch of these other guys played 3, etc. And he was, I think he was top in first downs. Yep. Number 1 in the NFL in first downs. Beating out Drake May, beating out running backs, who again, Drake May played in a whole extra game, and he did it with a broken foot. And we have the audacity to pretend like that's nothing. It's just insane, man. It's just insane. Truly insane. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Josh Allen and his broken bone in his foot? How does this change how you view Josh Allen in the playoffs and all that good stuff? Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time. T.